All right. So as I was saying, after you've opened your folder, you know how to open a folder now, right? Or do you have any question?
I know how to open a folder.
Okay, very good. So what you want to do is open the folder with VS Code. So you're supposed to see open with. I don't know. I cannot find it here. So hold on. You're supposed to see open with VX. Okay, since we're not seeing it, no problem. So after you've opened the folder, the next thing you want to do is go and open a file inside that folder. Or let me see. No. Okay. So after you've opened it, but you have to open that file in VS Code. So when you get to your VS Code, you will see this open folder. All right. So you click on it. You click on open folder, and I went to my document. I saved it in my document. So you click on documents, and then you look for the folder. So this is the folder I opened, and I named it Finny. Then you click on it like this. Make sure you're clicking on it, and then you open the folder, select folder. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Because that's very important that you do. And then when you do that, this is where you now start opening the files that you want to use. So when you do that, let me okay, you understand. You understand, right? You don't need me to do it again.
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing we want to do after that is to open a file. You see this icon here, this first one with the plus,
Yes.
like new file. You click on it, and then sorry. Yeah, you click on it and it becomes like this. And so you give your file a name. So we're going to call this, okay, I'm still going to call it fin too. So we fin.html. So it's very important that you use whatever name you want to call it. You can call it any name you want to call it. The most important thing is that it has this full stop and this HTML there. That's the most important thing. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have to save it like that .html, and you save it. So when that pops up, this is what you get, and this is where you actually start coding. Okay, so now when it comes to coding, there are a set of rules that you must follow. Do you understand? There are a set of rules that you must follow, and one of those rules is that you must have something like this. You click on exclamation mark, sorry, sorry, exclamation mark. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with that. Oh, exclamation mark like this, and you press enter. Now this structure is important for your code to work. You don't have to understand what it's about. You don't have to know the meaning. Just know that you must have this structure. And how do you get this structure? Very simple. You click on exclamation, you press enter. So right here in this body of the text is where you actually start coding. You don't code outside here. You don't code below here. This is where all your code will be. Whatever code you're writing, everything will be inside this body here. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's a rule that you must follow. Okay? Very good. So let's go into the basics of coding now. Okay. So all HTML documents must start with a document declaration type. So all this write-up you're seeing here is what I just did here for you. So it is important. You can see this is the doc type HTML, because you're going to have to open this page where this file where you're going to write your code is eventually going to be a web page. So you have to have all these things here so that your browser will be able to open it like a website. Otherwise, it will not open. Okay, so that's the first thing that they are talking about here. So we're going to skip that and just go um to the codes or the elements themselves. So when it comes to coding, as you can see, this is not as sophisticated as what you have in your VS Code, but that's because this is an online code editor. Do you understand? It has the browser immediately after it. But for your VS Code, you have to go back to, let me quickly show you that. You have to go back to your folder. Remember that folder that we opened? This is your folder, right? This
Yes.
folder. So if, and you know, we opened a file, we opened it in our VS Code here, and we created this file that is fihin.html. When you go back to your folder here, you're going to see that file that you opened. This is it. This is that file that you opened. So your .html makes it readable by your browser. So if I click on this now, I would be able to open it with my browser. Okay, so this is it on my browser. Okay, so this is it. It doesn't have anything because it's empty. If I put a code, if I put a line of code here, and I say H1, my name is, okay. If I do that, when you write a piece of code like this, you have to save. My name is Fini. You click Control S to save it. How do you know if you've saved the code or not? So let me assume now I've written something. Do you see this corner here?
Yes.
Yeah. So this corner makes me know that, oh, you have not saved it. Watch what happens when I save it. So, but like I was saying, this browser here doesn't need all those plenty things that you have in VS Code because it's an online browser, so it's different. Okay. So the first thing we're going to learn about is, yeah, we're going to learn about the elements. All right. So the HTML elements, as Darika was saying, that is like the structure or the skeleton. I can't remember the words that she used exactly, but the structure of the page. And the more we talk about it, you understand. Elements are what make up a page. See, this is an element here. This is an element here. All right. You see all these things you are seeing on this page. Even you can see this here. This is HTML elements. This is a heading. This is another write-up. This is a paragraph. This is a paragraph element. All these texts are written with elements. All right. And elements have a way that they write them. Do you understand? First of all, the element has a tag name, then you write whatever you want to write, and then you have to close it. This is a closing tag. All right. So as we're learning about elements, you understand what I am saying, but just know that when you're writing elements, there is an opening tag and then there is a closing tag. Yes. So that's how it works. So I'm going to go back to the basics. I just wanted you to know that. Okay. So the first element we're going to learn about is headings. All right. So you know how when you're in school, and you want to write notes in school, your teacher, there's always a heading. That's the first thing you write, and it's always bigger than the paragraphs, right? Sometimes
Yes.
your teacher will use capital letter to write it, right? So you know what the heading is.
Yes.
We are creating a web page. This is what we use to write the headings. Now, there are different types of headings. You can see that this is a bigger headings. You know that there is something called subheading, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So most times this H1 is usually the bigger heading and others can be subheading. You can use the H2 as your subheading. You can use the H3 down to H6 as a subheading. Okay. So just like when you're writing your notes in school and you write the first heading and there is a subheading, those subheading give context to what the text is about. So if we're talking about a lion and then the heading of the note is the lion, if you write a paragraph and then you want to write the characteristics of the lion, your teacher will use a subheading to write characteristics of the lion. The same with the web page. Let me use W3 School or Emerald page. I can't find it here anymore. Um, I can't find it here anymore. Okay. But let me just give you a great example. Okay, director, you're still here. think it should be in my history. Okay, don't worry. Let's just go on. All right. You can see if you're looking at this page right now, you can see this is a H1 is big, right? This is
Yes.
a H2. It is smaller. Do you get? So that's
Yes.
exactly how a heading is, and see how it is written. All right. So you have H1 here, you have H2, you have H3, and you have H4. So there's a rule when you are using headings. You only use H1 once. For every page you are building, you can only have one H1. You cannot have more. The rest, if you want to create another heading, the rest of them can be H2, H3, but you cannot use H1 more than once on a page. Do you understand?
Yes.
Exactly. So sorry. So yes, so this is how you write. You can see the opening tag here, H1, and you can see the closing tag here, H1. Okay. So if, like I said, and I want you to understand how VS Code works because that's where you'll be writing most of your code. You only write code in between this body. If you write your code, you can see this here, right? See, this is the opening tag of the body, this is the closing tag. If you write your code under the closing tag of the body, if you do it like this and then you save it, Control S, and then you go to your browser, it's not going to show anything. What did you open up? See, it's not going to show. And if I reload it, oh, it's actually showing, but this is wrong. You shouldn't write it under your body. It should be in between your body because this is wrong. The browser might show it, but there are other browsers that will not show it. So it is better to write it in between the body. That is the general rule to write it. Okay, so let me put it
Okay.
here. Yeah. So yeah, this is it to make it bigger. All right, fine. So let's go to the next element we're going to talk about, which is going to be the paragraph element. Okay, which is this, the paragraph element here. So this is just like if you look at the website now, all these small write-ups you are seeing, they are all paragraphs. They are all paragraphs. These are all paragraphs. All right. So after you've written your
Yes.
heading and you want to write anything, you use paragraphs. It's pretty easy. So paragraph is the letter P. Heading is H. Paragraph is P, the letter P. So take note of that as we're talking now. Take note of that. Sorry. Okay. So do you understand? Do you have any questions? You can see. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so you can see the opening tag and you can see the closing tag. The closing tag always has this slash sign at the end. So that's the difference between the opening and the closing. The closing always has this slash at the end. All right.
Yes.
Good. Yeah. So let's go on. Let's move on. Sorry. Okay. Mhm. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, the next element we're going to talk about is called links. Now, links are very important when you're writing a page because obviously see this top part here is called the navigation bar. These are all links. This is a link, this is a link, this is a link, this is a link, this right here is a link, this right here is a link. Like I said, when we're talking about books use pages, but for websites we use links. So sometimes you might want to refer to something, or you might want to, you say you have a YouTube account, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you know how you're watching a video on YouTube and maybe you see another video that you like and you want to watch, and you click on the link and it takes you there, right? So it's important for almost all web pages have link. And how do you actually put a link on a page? Very easy. So the link is let me if I can expand this. All right, fine. So you can see this is a H2 here. This is link here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now this A, the alphabet A is the element for using links. All right. So when it comes to links, there has to be an address. Okay. For instance, let's assume I want to link this to YouTube. All right. Let's assume I want to link this to YouTube. After writing my A element, I also have to put the address to YouTube. Otherwise, there will be nothing. It won't be able to go to YouTube. So you have to put just like when you want to go to the page of a book, you have to know the page. You have to know whether it's page 100 or page 50 or whatever. Okay. And so, how do we identify what the page is when we're putting it on a website? We use something called href. You see, it's href. This is what you write. And then, sorry, hold on. Okay. You write that, and then you say it is equal to, you put a quotation mark. There has to be two quotation mark like this. All right. So the thing with doing links is that I said I wanted to go to YouTube. Let me find YouTube. So when it comes to sites, I've heard that I know that you've heard when you want to put the link to a website, you use www dot something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but when you want to link a website, you don't use www because if you use that, it might not work. So you have to use the full. I'll show you. Okay. So you can see www dot whatever there. But you see this HTTPS, you have to put it there. Otherwise, it would not work. So it is important that you put that in there. So now I have copied the link. I'm going to paste the link in between this quotation mark like this. Okay. So now what I am telling the browser is that this I want this link to go to YouTube. Okay. So you're going to put here, this is a link to YouTube. This is a link to YouTube. Okay. My laptop is hanging. Sorry, hold on. So now we've told the browser that this is a link and this is where this link is going to go to once a person clicks on it. So this link could be to anywhere. The important thing is that you have to know the link to the site or the address of the site that you are going to. So now I have put this link. This is a link to YouTube. All right.
Yes.
So now if you check the browser, you can see it here. Did not show. The only thing that showed was this. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, hold on. Oh, okay. This is still here, no problem. So you click on this now. Okay, I think I should show you this in VS Code. I'll show you this in VS Code because this online browser will not do it justice. All right. So now I put a link like this, right? And this is it. Now, if I go to my browser to check, if I go to my browser to check it, okay, if I reload it, after you put it in your browser and your VS Code and you save, you come to your browser and then you reload. Do you understand? It's very important. Please, there's noise coming from your background and it's distracting me. Yeah. So if you reload this, so you can see it. This is it. This is the link here. So now, if I click on this, if I click on this, It takes me to YouTube straight. See, it's loading. Now we're on YouTube. Now we are on YouTube. But the problem is, what I don't like is the fact that it is opening in the same tab as where your website is. The ideal thing to do is to make sure, for instance, this is where this tab is open, is to make sure it opens in the next tab here. All right. But let's not do that today. But just know that this is how you put it. All right. So this is how you do a link. If you want the link to open in a different, this is not very important, but let me still teach you. If you want the link to show up on another tab, this is what you do. You use an attribute called target underscore black. Sorry. We use something called underscore blank, just like this. Target underscore blank. If I save this and I go to the browser and I reload, see the difference, right? The difference is that when I load this, it goes on and on the next tab. This is where the page was, and this is where YouTube is opening. Let me do that again. Let me cut it. Let me leave there. Okay, so now we're back to the browser. If I click on it, it's going to open in another tab. YouTube is opening in another tab. So that's just the difference when you put target underscore blank. Okay?
Yes.
Any questions?
No. Any question?
Okay, very good. All right, so that's how you put a link. Okay, that's how you put a link. So the next thing I am going to, sorry, okay, sorry.
Is there a way you can do a quick practice? I've
Ma?
not heard him ask any questions yet. So I'm saying a
Yeah.
quick practice of what he has done on the screen so that
Oh,
you
he
can
will.
see.
He
All
will.
right.
He will. Okay. But it's true. Let me break it down so that it doesn't overwhelm you. So what you will do for me, can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me stop sharing. So what you will do for me is to go and open a file in your VS Code, and let me see, share it on the screen. You open a folder in your if you want to put it in your documents or you want to put it in your download, that's up to you. But open a folder and then open that folder on VS Code. Let me see. Share your screen so I can see what you are doing. So I can
Okay.
guide you. Okay, you're sharing your screen because I wanted to ask if you know how to share your screen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I can't see what you're doing. When you want to share your screen, make sure you're sharing your entire screen because I can't see it now. I'm sure you're not sharing your entire screen. So there's an option to share your entire screen.
Okay.
So you have to stop sharing and then share your entire screen. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's the folder you opened.
It's not showing create new folder.
What?
It's not showing create new folder.
But I asked you if you know how to create a folder. You said yes. Okay, so no, that's not where you're going to. Just right click. Just right click on the screen there. No, don't click on anything. Yeah, just exactly. So you see where you have new. All right. So click on that and go to folder. Click on folder and then it opens a new folder for you. All right. So name the folder whatever you want. Okay, very good. All right, very good. So now you want to go to your VS Code.
Okay.
Mm,
It's installing.
it's installing. Okay, I want you to do this before I move on to the next one so that you will not be overwhelmed. Oh, this might take long. Oh, okay, it's not going to take long. Okay, 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 very good.
Then
Open folder, exactly. Yes. Now also open a HTML file. Um, can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes, that's where you click on. Okay.
I've opened it.
Sorry. All right, very good. So do the exclamation mark thing. Very good. So I want you to write your first paragraph and your um first header so that we can go and check in the browser. So start with the opening tag, which is just the brackets. Can you remember?
Mm, yeah. This one.
No, not that bracket, not that bracket. That bracket that looks like greater than or less than. Do you know what greater than or less than is?
Yes.
Okay. Can you find it?
This.
I'm going to type it into the chat for you because you're sharing your screen already. So it's supposed to be like this H1 for the opening brackets and then the closing tag rather. H1. Okay. So do you see it in the chat?
Mm, mm.
Okay.
I've not seen the chats.
Click The icon after the one you used to share a message. That's the chat. The one that used to share your screen, rather.
Okay, I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. You didn't put the brackets.
I can't find it.
Okay, I don't know what kind of keyboard you have, but it should be after the letter M.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. So you write your H1, you can write your name. Say my name is so 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 and so.
is it before the H1?
It's going to be in the middle, right there. So VS Code just helps you write the closing tag exactly right in the middle. Do you start a sentence with small letter? Mhm. No, you don't need a space. Please change your name to capital letter. Okay. So did you see me put a space when I was writing? So cancel that space and let the H1 be, let the closing tag be at the end of your name. Or you can, you know what, save it. Control S. Do you know what Control S is?
Yeah,
Yeah, Control S. That should save it. You press the two of them at the same time.
I've saved it.
Okay, I don't know if you saved. Is it?
It's no longer showing the one.
Uh, okay, I don't know what happened. Did you
I'm
leave too?
still,
Okay.
oh, I'm
So
still,
what did you say?
I'm still sharing the screen.
Okay, okay. So it was just me that left. All right. So you've saved this, right? Now let's go and view it on your browser. So go back to your library. Go back to where you saved. Open the folder. Go back to where you open the folder. So you see, okay. So there's a mistake somewhere. Hold on. That's not going to work because I can see a mistake. Go back to the VS Code. It's not supposed to be doing that. Okay. So I think there's a mistake when you were saving muffin.html. Let me. Sorry. I have to zoom in so I can see it. Muffin.html. Okay, so why is it not? All right, go back to the folder. Okay, okay, sorry. I wasn't seeing it well. Okay, this is right. All right, so now click on it and open it with your browser. Click on that file you opened. Or just click on it, just double click on it, it should open. Yeah, open it with Google Chrome.
It should.
You can see it now, right? All right,
Yeah.
now let's go and write a paragraph. The paragraph will be after the H1.
Yeah.
See, you know what? Put your cursor at the beginning of this bracket with a slash. Put your cursor there. Okay, now use the delete button. So delete it until it goes to the same line as my name is Finn. No, I didn't say delete the H2. Okay, you know what? Delete it. Go and write it back after moving after your name. Delete that bracket. So okay, it's still there now. I thought it was gone.
I brought it back.
Okay, so I want this to move to the same line as my name is. So can you do that?
Oh, should I just write it again?
Just you see where your cursor, place your cursor at the back of this thing here. No, place your cursor at the yes. Now use the delete button. Press it once. No, not there. No, at the front. No, not there.
Here.
Yes, there. Yes. Now use the delete button. Do it again. Use it until it goes to where your name is. Keep pressing until it goes to where your name is. Keep pressing until it goes to where your name is. Why is it deleting backwards?
I don't.
It must be using backspace instead of delete.
I'm clicking delete.
Ugh. Okay, just go and write it. Go and write the closing tag after your name. Yes, just go and write your closing tag there. You're supposed to put a slash, or you can select it from VS Code. There you can see VS Code giving you the option exactly. All right, good. So now write a paragraph.
Anyone.
Go to the next line and just write a paragraph. Like you can write your favorite food. No, you have to use the P. You have to use the P element. Have you forgotten? That's how we write paragraphs. Open brackets. It's supposed to be opening tag and a closing tag. Okay. So you know that's wrong, right? Yes, that's wrong. The P is supposed to be inside the bracket like your H1. Exactly. So VS Code helps you write, complete it. All right. So you can write what your favorite food is or anything.
Then Control S.
Yes, Control S, and let's go and check it in the browser. Mm-hmm. So you can see it, right? Very easy.
Yes.
So let's try the link. Let's try the link. Let's link to your favorite what game did you what online game did you say you play again?
Is it only that same one?
What?
Should I say another online game?
Any online game of your choice. It's your website, you're the one building it. But first of all, go to your browser and go to the website of the game. Let us see it so that we'll be able to copy the link. Poke games. Okay. This is going to be a very okay. Is this it?
Yes.
But I'm seeing why am I seeing GT on top? Okay, that's mine. I'm sorry. That's mine. Okay, so scroll to the top. Let us see the web address, the link. Just like I did when I was doing YouTube. Scroll to the top. Okay.
Poke.com.
No. So I told you can use poke.com. Yeah, click on it like you want to write something there. That's how you copy a link. Just double click on it. Exactly. So you copy this full one. Exactly. That's what you copy. Exactly. So now let's go back to the VS Code. Okay. So what elements do we use to link?
HTTP.
No, we use the A element. We use the A element. Brackets, you forgot the opening tag. Brackets. Okay. So after the A, there's supposed to be a space and a word. What is that word?
The HTTP.
No, it's href. Okay. So that opening tag, yeah. So put a space and then you write your href. It's like a reference. No, 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 no. Inside the brackets. It's not outside the brackets. Let me write an example in the chat so that you see how it's supposed to look like. Let me just write an example. Okay. So hold on. I'm going to put an example in the chat now. So that link that you just copied, sorry. Okay. So you should see that now in the chat. You're supposed to
Okay.
write something like this. Okay, director is gone. Can't see your VS Code again.
I brought it back.
What did you say?
I brought it back now.
Okay, I've seen it. Okay, so that's link that you copied is going to be in between the brackets. So this is the link to Poke Games.
Yes.
So write that this is a link to Poke Games. Write that. Okay. So now that link you copied is going to be in between those two quotation marks that you can see there. Can you see the quotation marks? No, 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 no. What are you doing? Yes, it's supposed to be there. Yes. What is happening?
I want to copy it.
Okay, you want to copy it again? Very good. So delete the first A that is there because it's not supposed to be there. Yes, delete that. Delete the two brackets. Delete the two brackets. What are you doing? Yes. All right. So now save this and let us go and see it on the browser. Save it. Go and see it on the browser. Click on the link and see if it is working in your browser. I don't know why I can't see your screen, so you have to tell me whether or not it's working in your browser.
Would I?
I can't see your screen. I don't know why.
I'm still sharing the screen. Would
Okay,
I
send.
copy the
Go
online
to your
game?
browser. No, go to your browser where we opened your folder. Go to the browser.
Uh,
Did you close it?
no, it's still here.
Where is it? I can't see it. Aha. So reload the page and let us see if that link will come out.
Yes, it's there.
Now click on it. You see? It takes you to your game.
Yes.
All right, you can go back. Go back to the browser. No, go back to the browser. Go back to your page. Exactly. Sorry, hold on. So you can see that this is just the structure of your page. By the time we start using CSS now, to start having colors and all of that. All right. So you can stop sharing. Let me continue. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen, please. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to learn about is how to put images. Okay. So let us go to images. Okay. There should be a link for images here. Images. So putting an image, there are two ways you can put an. Oh my god. There are two ways you can put an image. All right. So putting an image is just like you are putting a link. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Putting an image is like you're putting a link. Okay. So let me expand this. So why the link, the element for a link is the letter A. For image, it is img. Okay. It is img. Now, for instance, let's assume we want to use a picture from the internet, from somebody's website, and I want to use it on my website. So let me go and look for. Okay, let me use my own because I think. Okay, so you see this picture, you can see it on this website, right?
Yes.
This what you're seeing here, we're going to build it on. You're going to have a page like this with your picture. So this is a picture on another website I want to use, right? Very good. So the first thing we want to do, let me delete this. Just like in the link use href, hre, links use href, but images use source. Images use something we call source, src. They both play the same role as that. For the link, href is just the link or the web address of the page that you want to link to. Why for images, the SRC represents the source, because the image has to be somewhere. Either the image is on your laptop, or the image is on your phone, or the image is on somebody else's website. So the image has to be somewhere. So you have to tell the browser where to copy this image from. That's why the browser asks for the source. That where am I going to copy this message from that you want me to show on your screen? So stay with me. That will make sense now. Very simple. So to get an image on a website, all right, all you need to do, you go to that picture, whatever picture that you want, you right click on the picture, and then you see copy image address. Do you understand?
Yes.
copy image address. So if I should copy image address, if I go back to my code, let me remove this. Let me remove this first. Oh, wait. So I have copied the image address, okay? So I'm going to paste it here. See, it's very, very long, but it's normal. It's long, right? So now if I run this code, let me show you what it will bring. You see? Let me remove this now. So don't worry. I know the image looks funny, but yes, it's supposed to look funny. We can always adjust it. So this is the image. See how big this image is. Okay, so the image is very big, but you can see the image is there, right?
Yes.
So let me explain how we did it again. So we use the image, what's it called? Image elements, and we use the SRC. Okay, and so we put the image address inside the SRC. To give us that. Now, I didn't talk about this ALT, this alternate ALT. So ALT is just basically you describe whatever image you put there. For instance, this is a picture of myself. So I'm going to write a picture of myself. So this will not show. This is just for the browser. It's not for, it will not show up on the website, but it's a rule in coding. You have to write the ALT. It's like a rule in coding. All right. So all you just need is the address of that web page and then the ALT, and you run the code and you have the picture. Okay. So now the problem now is that this picture is too big. How do we make it small? That's when you bring the height and the width. Okay. So first of all, let's reduce how long it is. So let's give it a height. Let's first focus on the height. Let's focus on the height. So I'm going to give it a height of 250. Okay, let me give it like this, 333. So if I run this, you see now it's much better. You see, it's still a bit long. Let me give it 250. Fini, are you following me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just so you can see it is smaller when I give it 250. Because the width is not, you see, it's not that wide. Okay, we don't need to add the width, but let's assume you were working with a wide picture and the picture was too wide. Do you understand? So that's when the width element comes out. But this one is actually making the width um longer. So we don't really need this. We don't need the width in this picture. We just need the height. We really don't need the width. Okay. So let's delete that. Okay. So this is it. So now let us practice what we just said before I come and show you the other method. So you're going to share your screen and upload a picture from your website, from any website that you like. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. All right. So you share your screen to your VS Code and let us see. Okay. The battery is going down. Okay, you know what? You know what? Hold on, please. Let me go and plug in a system. So don't do. Let me see. You don't need to do anything. Just go to your browser and look for a website that you want to use a picture from there. Any website. If you don't have any website in mind, I'll give you a website. So do you have any websites in mind?
Yes.
All right, so go to the website. Let us see the picture you want to use. When you found the picture, please let me know because I'm trying to plug in my system. Sorry, hold on, Fee. Sorry. Okay, I'm coming. Have you found the picture you want to use?
Yes.
So sorry. Please hold on. Yes, I'll come and disturb you again. But I'm almost done. P, have you found the picture?
Yes.
Alright, I can't see your screen. I can't see it on your screen.
Okay.
It's not okay, you're sharing it again. Thank you. You want to is that you must like food though.
No, I just wanted to put my favorite.
You what?
I just wanted to put my favorite food.
Okay, let's see your favorite food. So which one is your favorite food now? The rice and the chicken.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Alright, so right click on it like I did when I was doing mine. So right click on it. You can see the copy image address. Oh, you know what? Wait, go back to your VS Code first because we need to put the element or whatever it's called. Yes. So do you remember the element for putting images? Let me put it in the chat so that you remember to jog your memory. I'll put it in the chat. Sorry, hold on. ALT is equal to. I'm going to put it in the chat now. Oh, sorry. I want to go and share my screen. Okay. So it's in the chat. So that's how you do it. So I forgot to add that most elements always have closing tags, but image doesn't have it. There are a few elements that don't have closing tags, and as we're progressing, we will learn about them. They don't have closing tags, and image is one of them. That's why you don't see closing tag. Okay. So why am I not seeing? Okay, I've seen it. So you just open a bracket, you put the image is SRC is equal to, okay, you copied it. Smart. Okay. So now you can go and copy the link to your picture and then you place it in the middle of the quotation mark for the SRC. It might be long. Okay. So save it. Let me see.
I've saved it.
Okay, you saved it. Scroll to the right. No problem. Scroll to the right. You didn't put the ALT. That's what I'm saying. Scroll to the right. That's the left. You should see a slider. Okay, yes, you've seen it. So you're supposed to put a description of your image right there in the middle of the quotation mark. So you can just write my favorite food or my best food. Okay, very good. So now save it and let's go and see it on your browser. You see? This is one way of doing it. I'm going to show you another way of doing it. So go back, you can stop sharing. Let me share my screen. Okay, so So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Sorry, hold on. All right, so sorry, I was trying to fix something. Okay, so let me show you the other way that you can save a picture. So let's assume this is sorry. Okay, let's assume this is the website. No, this is not it. This is the website here, and this is the picture I want to use. Okay, so another way to go will be to save it like this. You can see it here, save image. Sometimes it's download image, so you can see download image, you can see save image, whichever one you see. So save image. Okay, and you will see it here, save. All right, so because you're downloading from the internet, it will automatically go to your downloads. You can see it here is in my downloads, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I am going to copy this message, or I'm going to cut this picture. I don't want to copy it, I'm going to cut it. When you copy something, the original stays where it is, but when you cut it, you are removing the original. So I'm going to cut it. I clicked on cut, and then I will go to where I opened my folder. So you can see the folder we opened before. This is it. I'm going to open that folder. Now I'm going to open another folder inside here where I can see this thing. I'm going to open another folder there. New folder. And I'm going to call this folder images. Alright, I'm going to call it images. So I'm going to open the images now, and now I'm going to paste that picture that I copied. I'm going to paste it here. Sorry, I'm going to paste it. Oh, it didn't paste. Let me go and copy it again. I'm going to copy it again. Cut, and I'm going to go back to the image. So this is the image I just opened, and then I'm going to. I don't know why it's not pasting. It's supposed to paste. Okay, so now this is it. So this is the image I open. If I come here now and I see it, so you just copy and paste it. You can see the image is there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this image to something very simple. It's always better to rename it to something very. You can name it. I can make it my name. I can make it like this. I can make it myself. Whatever you want to rename it, it doesn't matter. Just make sure it's something simple. All right. So now you go back to your VS Code. Okay, so this is your VS Code like you just did there. So we're going to use the image again. It's the same process. The only difference this time is the source of the image. That's the only difference. Sorry. One thing we forgot to add, and make sure you add it, there has to be a slash like this at the end after your ALT. So this slash has to be there, space and slash. Make sure you put it. So now that we've gotten here, you can see it now. The folder that we opened, you can see it here. You can see that it has an arrow thing. If I click on it, you will see that picture. That picture I saved that I called myself. You see it here. So what you want to do when the browser is asking for your source, you're going to put the name of the folder, which is images. You can see VS Code is even typing it out for you. So just click on it. The images slash. Okay, so the browser knows that okay, this picture is inside the images, but which picture is it? Because sometimes you can have 5 pictures in here that have different names. You can have 6, you can have 10 pictures that have different names. So that's why I said give it a unique name. So the name of this picture is myself. All right, myself. So if I save this now and I go to the browser, where is it? Oh my god. Okay, this is it. If I reload it, you see the picture is still there, it's just that it's very big. Picture is still there. All right, so let me stop sharing and I want you to try it. I want you to try this method. You share your screen and let's do it together. We might have to stop here today. I'll give you your assignment. Oh, okay, we still have time. But I don't want to overwhelm you today because this is a lot of information to process. The first thing you want to do is to download the picture. Or what do you want to do first?
Okay, to download.
Okay, so let's save the picture. This jollof rice and chicken makes me hungry. Save images. So you can rename it there now. You can rename it there. You see it's turning blue. Just delete everything. So now you can give it a new name. Okay, so you've seen where it's saved, right? Did you see where it's saved? It should be in your downloads. Yes, very smart.